What's going on, everyone? Phil with Filthy Card Breaks here. Today we have a 21 card PSA reveal. These are all going to be ultra modern baseball. So we'll go ahead and get into this. These first two are both going to be Bowman Best Pete Crow Armstrong autos. He's a center fielder now with the Cubs, and he got called up at the end of last year, and I think he'll be on their starting lineup this year. And both those got 10s, so that is a great start. I bought these cards off ComC, actually, raw. So nice pickups off ComC there. This next one was a cross. So it was a BGS 9.5. It's the Bo Bichette photo variation. I got this very, very cheap. I think the case is kind of scratched. I just noticed it. That's too bad. I got this very, very cheap. So I went ahead and crossed it. It did unfortunately get a 9, but I think that's probably the correct grade. After I cracked it, I noticed that, if it'll focus. Sorry guys, I can't get the camera to focus, but this back corner here has quite a bit of whitening. And I think that's probably just enough to get it a 9. So I think actually the 9 is the correct grade for the Bo Bichette. So we had a little crossover fail there from a BGS 9.5 to 9. The next several are Gunnar Henderson cards, and I got crushed. I already know the grades. I unfortunately don't have the self-restraint to do a blind reveal. Do want to take a look at this slab real quick, because it's kind of weird that the back is scratched up. The front looks fine. All right, so on our Gunners, we've got 2 base and 2 sapphire. The base, we got a 10 and a 9. And then we got 9s on both of these sapphire, which is unfortunate. I bought a big lot of Gunner first, and I picked the ones I thought looked the best, and unfortunately, I must not have done a great job looking through these. Although I do think the grading was a little inconsistent in this submission. I'll share why as we go through the cards. All right, so next up we've got a Roman Anthony and a Junior Caminero. These are both the Bowman Mega Box. So the Roman Anthony got a 10. A lot of people consider this guy the Red Sox top prospect now, ahead of Marcelo Mayer, which is a little surprising. But that's a nice one to have, and it'll be a good one if he happens to debut next year. And then we've got the Junior Caminero. This one unfortunately got a 9. Next up, we've got a George Kirby. This was a card I pulled. Kirby is a really, really good pitcher for the Mariners if you're not familiar with him. And this is the blue refractor, and we got an 8. I feel like PSA is handing out way more 8s than they used to. It used to be exceedingly rare for me to get an 8 in any of my submissions. The vast majority of them didn't have any 8s. It was all 9s and 10s. And now it feels like anytime I do a submission, I get at least 1 8. And this submission actually has 3, which is the most I've ever got in a sub. So kind of a bummer there, but we did get the 8. You know, maybe I just didn't do a great job looking these cards over. But I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. If you submit with PSA, do you feel like maybe over the course of the last year or 18 months, they've started to give out 8s a lot more often? It certainly feels that way to me, but obviously I'm only one person submitting a couple hundred cards a year, so it's a really small sample size. But I'd say prior to like 18 months ago, I maybe had 1 PSA in 300 or 400 cards submitted, and now I get at least 1 every time I do a submission. There is the Kirby. This next one's a really cool PC pickup. I bought this on Discord, and it is the Silver Pack Ozzie Albies rookie card. It got a 10, so a really cool card, numbered out of 25. Another scratch on the slab. That's concerning. Yeah, love this card. It's going to go in my display case. Very cool Ozzie rookie. Next up, we've got a Jordan Lawler Sapphire. This I pulled in one of the videos on the channel. It is a little off left to right, but I thought maybe it was within the parameters of a 10, but unfortunately I got the 9 on that one. Next up is another Sapphire. This one's another Red Sox prospect, Ceddanne Raphael, and that one got the 10. Next up is a Bobby Witt. This is a Bowman Chrome Sapphire, and kind of the same deal as those Gunners. I bought a lot of Bobby Witt Bowman Chrome Sapphires, and I think I bought 4. I think there's 4 of them, maybe 5, and I submitted 2, one in this submission and one in my next submission that's still at PSA, and it got an 8. So again, I must not have done a great job looking these over. I thought I picked the 2 best out of the lot, but this one gets an 8. Next one is a Christian Encarnacion Strand. This is his first Bowman auto. He is a slugger with the Reds. Probably going to be their DH slash probably play some first base as well. But this is just the base, and it did get a 10. Really nice Bowman auto. We'll knock off the Roman Anthony for that. So this one I thought was graded inconsistently. It worked out for me. This is a huge card. It's the Jordan Walker black and white diamond mini autograph, and it got a 10. I thought this card had no chance at a 10 because it has a pretty noticeable, kind of right by my thumb there, there's a print defect. It looks like the background of the cards, maybe it rolled over to a new sheet, but it's very clear. There's like a print defect right in the middle of the card through Jordan's hips. And I submitted this regardless because my hope was that it would get a 9. And if you're not familiar, these are unnumbered, but the estimated print run's around 20 to 25. So I wanted to get it graded because the pop report's going to be super low. But somehow this got a 10, which again, I'm thrilled about. I think it's a little inconsistent in how they grade these Chrome cards, especially their surface. It got a 10, and like I mentioned, this is only a pop 2, and I think there's been 6 total graded. So again, I just graded it thinking I'd get a 9 with the intent of saying, like, when I went to resell this card, like, hey, this is very low pop. It's a pop 5 or whatever, even though these cards are unnumbered. And I think we definitely have to put that up on a stand. This is also a weird one. So, like I mentioned, I crossed over 2 cards. The Bow, which got downgraded. To be fair, I think the 9 is the correct grade on this. But this one is a Michael Harris. Oh, this is not the card I thought it was. Apologies, guys. These are 2 Michael Harris rookie autographs. It got an 8 and 9, which is kind of a bummer. I was hoping one of those would 10. I got both those off eBay. This is the Michael Harris I was thinking of. This is the Bowman Chrome Mega Gold, and it was a DCI Raw Review 9. So it was in a Raw Review 9 holder, and it did come back as a 10 at PSA. So this is going to be another PC card. Really like the Money Mike. Next up, we got a Spencer Strider rookie auto. This one got a PSA 9. I thought this card was really clean when I submitted it. I was super confident this was going to get a 10. I already have his rookie auto refractor in a 10. So I bought this with the intent to probably resell it, and I only graded it because I was very confident it would get a 10, and I was wrong. I got a 9. And then our last card, this is a Ronald Acuna short print. This is US 250. It's going to be his blue jersey. Excuse me, and it got the 10. I actually already have this card, so this one will be available probably like February next year as we head into spring training. I'm going to list some of these cards. Excuse me, guys, I'm losing my voice here. So overall thoughts on the submission. The 2 most valuable cards, this Acuna rookie card SP and the Walker auto, both got 10s, which is exciting. And I got some sweet SP, or some sweet PC cards, like this Ozzy Orange and the Michael Harris Gold. But overall, I only got 10 PSA 10s out of 21 cards. And I also got 3 8s out of 21, which is a really high percentage of 8s. I generally shoot for 70% on my submissions, so I fell well below that. But the 2 most valuable cards both got 10s, so it kind of evens out. But yeah, I've got another PSA order that's outstanding at PSA right now, and I'm actually going to mail off one today as I'm filming this. And it'll be the last PSA order I do for a while. So at some point, I'll probably have a short up on the channel that shows my outgoing PSA sub. That's going to do it, guys. If you enjoy the content, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this PSA submission. what you think of the cards. Feel free to blast me for getting 3 8s in a 21 card submission. But otherwise, everyone, I hope you have a great week. Thank you.